Welcome my friends, Evan Gray here. Thank you for joining me for this episode. Today I'm going to be talking about the insurance claim that I have with Geico for my truck being stolen back in May. That payment has finally come through. Let me roll the intro and get into it. So I've been camping up in the mountains of Colorado near Buena Vista. Yes, I pronounce it the Spanish way. Locals don't say that, they say Buena Vista. But anyway, today I've made a trip from where I was camping into town, and I'm at the post office. You can probably see the postal trucks behind me, and that's because just a few days ago I received my claim money. It was a direct transfer into my bank account from Geico. And I am elated, super stoked that it was a pretty good settlement. The settlement was for the replacement value of my truck. Well, used trucks have just skyrocketed in value, particularly the Ford 7.3 diesel series, which this truck is. And so the claim was pretty good. I could have bought a replacement truck with that money, but they also offered me a buyback for, I think it was $2,300, so that was pretty good. And so what this allows me to do is to do all the repairs to the truck, which is about $4,500, $5,000, and have a chunk of money after all the repairs are done to put forth to building my tiny house. So I have a little bit extra money. As such, as I promised in my GoFundMe video when I was doing quote-unquote e-begging, as people call it, my very first time to ask for money in a crisis situation, and I asked for $7,000, $7 from each of you as subscribers to help me dig out a crisis situation. I needed about $15,000 to $16,000 to buy a replacement vehicle for my stolen truck. I was stranded in Colorado. I'll link the video above. It was a pretty dramatic experience. I was staying with friends, and so I just wanted to get a vehicle and get back on the road, and I had a trailer to deal with. It was parked temporarily in front of Becky's house, which was a pretty poor situation to have that in front of her house, just not really ideal. Thank you to Becky, thank you to Steve for loaning me a truck for a few months to get through this situation, and thank you to all of you who donated $11,517 through GoFundMe to get me out of this crisis to buy a vehicle. Well, it turns out the police recovered my truck, and subsequently I got it back. It sat in a shop for a long time, and then I finally got it back to me. So anyway, long story short, today I'm going to the post office here, and I'm mailing off a check to HOWA, Homes on Wheel Alliance, and that check is for, let me cover up my bank account here. So all right, so this is a check to Homes on Wheels Alliance for $11,517. So some of you said don't give this money to Bob Wells. He has enough money. This money is not going to Bob Wells. Bob Wells is just a figurehead, a spokesperson for HOWA, which is a number of officers, which are an organization. It's a nonprofit organization. Sue Ann is the president of the organization, the main organizer. Phyllis is one of their secretary and sort of financial kind of person. And so anyway, there's a number of people involved in this. It's not Bob Wells. He's just a very visible spokesperson, and he himself has donated thousands and thousands of dollars to the organization. So if anything, it's sort of the other way around. Bob is funding the organization and making it possible for them to pay their bills on a monthly and yearly basis. So this money specifically is going to be going to an emergency, I guess, relief fund. I guess that's the best term for it. HOWA has a division of their organization which handles people in crisis, sort of like the situation that I had. And I actually didn't know this until I called about this donation and organized that through Phyllis and through Sue Ann. So anyway, this money is going out to them. They have said they will do a follow-up video when they receive the money to confirm that they did get it, and talk a little bit about the organization, how they're using the money. So I'm going to post that in this video. So there's like a week or week and a half, something like that, delay between when I'm sending the check here and when they receive it, and then sort of document that they've received that money. So that's all being done because there's so many naysayers in these videos, the last few with my stolen truck, that I am trying to rip people off, that I'm going to take this $11,000 plus and put it in my own pocket, or that this whole thing was a scam. I just wanted to do a video and document that yes, I'm sending in this money, yes, HOWA has received it, and where the money's going, and to thank you, all the subscribers who blew me away, $11,517 when I was only asking for $7,000, and only asked for $7 from each of you. A lot of you did give $7, but there's quite a few people that gave hundreds of dollars, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It just is mind-blowing and humbling to see that support. So anyway, I'm going to walk inside and drop this in the mailbox. I do need to get some a postal stamp for it. This is a very small post office, and I've gone back to wearing masks. This whole thing coming out with the new variant of the COVID, I just want to be safe. I don't have time and don't have the expense, and that's not another stress that I want to add to my plate to have to deal with coming down with COVID. They do have plastic barriers over the registers here. Okay.
There's your receipt.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, check is going in the mail, handing it here to the postal officer. Thank you so much.
Putting it in the envelope.
Great. I do have a few more errands to run today. Got some extra stamps here. And then I should hear back from HOWA here in a few days, and then I think they're going to do a video clip with me so I can sort of document that they've received the money and give them a chance to talk about how they're using the money and talk a little bit about the organization, which the more I learn about them, the more impressed I am. Today I have Bob and Suzanne on here. We're doing a Zoom call, and just wanted to go over, I'm donating the money from GoFundMe from all the subscribers, over 200 subscribers, help me in my moment of crisis. I'm donating this to HOWA, Homes on Wheels Alliance. Maybe one of you can tell us about Homes on Wheels Alliance.
Sure. Homes on Wheels Alliance is we're 3 years old. We are a 501c3 by the IRS. That means if you donate, you are eligible to take it as a tax deduction. And Bob Wells and I are co-founders of Homes on Wheels Alliance. We have programs where we build community. We offer the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous in Quartzsite in January. We have the caravans where people come together and camp together. We also assist people in their time of need. So we provide minivans to people who are literally at the edge of homelessness, and help them learn about the mobile lifestyle so that they can succeed. And we have an emergency fund for nomads that are on the road. Something unexpected happens, they have an emergency, and we have a fund they can apply to get their needs met. And so thank you to 7 generous subscribers, and for 7 to about thinking about Homes on Wheels Alliance. We are going to put those funds into the emergency fund for people who have emergencies not unlike 7 just experienced. So thank you.
We should probably also mention this is the entire amount that went into the GoFundMe, which I think was 11,500 and change. I don't have
517, I think.
Okay, yes, that's correct. So it's the entire amount. I receive insurance settlement, and it's more than sufficient to cover all of the repairs on my truck, which I've decided to retain and keep, and plus some money that will go into my cargo trailer build. So I'm taken care of, and I want to pay this forward to HOWA.
And we
Wow.
are so very grateful to each and every one of you that contributed to Seven's GoFundMe, because this is your money that you sacrificed and gave away, and we promise you we will make good use of it. In a 501c3, something that is very important is that you know donor intent and you follow donor's intent. If you give money for a certain thing, that it's very, very important, both legally and morally, that we do what you want to say. And so we feel like you have donated this money with the idea of helping Seven in an emergency. So we are going to put this money into the emergency fund. And it comes at a really good time. In the last 2 years, the emergency fund has given away $28,000, more than $28,000 to people in need, just like you and me and Seven. Out of the blue comes an emergency and you're stuck. And so you can turn to the emergency fund and we will help you out. So we think that honors the spirit of you, each and every individual one who gave that money, and it honors your intent to help someone in a moment of need. And so, we can all share in that knowledge that we're helping each other, and that your life made a difference. Someone's life is going to be much better off because you were generous. And so we are very grateful to each and every one of you.
So there you have it. Bob Wells and Sue Ann talking a little bit about the organization. They received the money. It'll be going to basically the same intent that you gave it to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for helping me out in my moment of crisis. I was so distraught. I was told by everyone that my vehicle was off to Mexico on the back of some sort of flatbed and that I would never see it again. And so I was convinced that I needed to buy a replacement truck, and I did not have money for that. So I was really surprised when my truck was recovered. And thank you so much for letting me use this money for almost 3 months it took before I got my settlement. I think 3.5 months was pretty much how long it took. And so now that I received my settlement, that's all taken care of, and so I want this money as promised to go to HOWA, and I think it'll go to great use there. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your help getting me through this crisis, watching this video. I hope you savor each and every moment, and I'll see you in a future video.